preparing to live stream. Setting up your meeting for YouTube Live.
I love this fake lipstick.
Yes.
And yours too.
Thank
They're
you.
super funny and super accurate. Like when you move, they just follow you. Whatever. And
Okay.
Touching has a gangster mood
Gangster
today.
style.
I don't have.
I'm going to share my screen. And when Pam and Gisela are back, then we're going to start.
We lost Pam.
Oh, I think we don't lost her. Hopefully
No,
not.
I'm kidding.
So Pam seems to be back.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
Back.
Hello.
Hello. So
Oh, look at this.
I see. Let's get to business. We just have 50 minutes, and I would like to that we get this done so that we can have as well some homework doing and look at the canvas of tomorrow today. So I think we are good with step 2, exploring. Would that be okay for you? And then we go to screen number 3. She fills information if she can't get help. She gets help. I think that is actually this start your submission and like so it's the third row from Gia, I think, with all the points. So I would try to cut that out. I don't know if I can do it like that.
I will do it. I will do it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that you have like only the row in the middle. I think that explains that very well. How about she gets help if she cannot do it? Because actually the automatically matching would come in the next step. Or
We
is
can
that
add a support button.
Sorry?
We can add a help button. If she
Yeah,
can't
or
fill out the whole form, a help button.
yeah, or a chatbot that comes out and like a pop-up saying you need help.
But I think when she needs help, I think Pamela had a person in mind. I was guessing.
Or what about the pitch bots that we marked as a cool feature?
Yeah.
The pitch bot as a cool
Yeah,
feature.
yeah,
Okay,
that's what I was
cool.
thinking about.
Then let's see that.
With the support material, because that's how I read it. Sorry. Ooh.
Oh yeah, who's that? Who's making a mess?
I was. I'm sorry. It was me.
I tried to copy that and bring that. Oh, that's a massive screen now. Like this?
Yes. But what's the down part?
That's the
I'm
material.
looking at it.
Okay.
So the way I read it, I'm like super zoomed in. It looks like course options and qualifications. That's not entirely what I had in mind with she gets help. But if we're going to choose like as Gia put in there, value proposition canvas, the business model canvas, not everybody is okay with like filling that in.
Mm-hmm.
So there needs to be either a chatbot feature or indeed some sort of help desk behind it. But yeah, the chatbot sounds like the pitch bot sounds like there.
Let's go in the prototype for the chatbot, I would say.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Can I have a thumbs up from? Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. Then go to screen number 4. That is her ideas automatically matched with an experienced presenter. Didn't we have a matching feature over there?
Yes, we did. Is assign random speech, random picture in the end. In the bottom of the screen.
Bottom.
Randomly assigned feature.
It's here. Can you see my cursor, my mouse? Wait. Yes, here.
Yeah. Randomly assigned picture. So we would actually cut that out. We think about now that we're doing that and we would put that here. In regards to the matching, I was just thinking of this. Where is this? There was this cool feature that we thought that is like the dating app.
Yes, and something like I don't know how you call it, like not a roulette, when you get like that game in which you press a button and it goes like
Yeah,
okay.
the casino.
Yeah, yeah, but it's not the roulette. It's
And
the
you
I
have
don't know.
chat
I don't know.
roulette as well. Is a an online thing that happens at some point.
Mm.
I don't know if you're familiar with it, but
Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, but
Okay, and
so the dating app was more to match investors to entrepreneurs,
it's
mm.
just an
but
inspiration.
it's an
It's
inspiration for sure.
Yeah, but it's a very cool feature. So maybe we can also think about it if we want to integrate that. It was one of the one that we
the main
voted.
thing, and I need somehow to copy that, is this randomly thing, randomly assign a picture. I'm try to cut that out.
Yeah, so
And
the only thing that it says, so the difference that we added the green card that says it gets automatically matched, but it doesn't say randomly matched anymore.
Alex,
So that's
if
something that we might have to think about. Do we want
just
to
one
match people
thing.
randomly, or do we want some sort of criteria that helps them that works? It's the question that I have.
Who has an opinion about it?
I like the feature.
I think the idea is to that it's actually random.
Yeah, but I think that building a common background, which was the idea also behind the boot camp, that was kind of preventing stereotypes and things. I mean, I like the idea of a connection between people. They don't have to know each
Yeah.
other, they don't have to know their names, but I like the idea of having shared values or something. I don't know. It might be also like not a good feature because then you will just go for people that are similar to you. But since I don't know, I don't remember who said it. I think Pam, but I'm not sure. That no, Thomas said it that the pitching is a show and it's important that kind of show and presence. And I mean, we cannot remove one part of the pitching is related to the effect of the pitcher on the audience, so we kind of build another type of connection. That was my idea. I don't know.
So I
I
think
think
that
it,
the randomly feature, sorry, just a sec. I think that the randomly feature is a good one, but maybe there could be these values behind there so that the background matches, but that this an AI is doing that somehow. And
Sorry,
that
Alex,
doesn't.
I was still talking about the investor though, not
Okay.
the pitcher.
Okay.
Okay, the pitcher, yeah, or we can translate it to the pitcher, not to the investor, if you want
My
one to
fault.
be some kind. No, but it's a nice idea too.
Gisela.
so the picture would be someone from the institution. In this case, imagine that nobias.org actually exists. And it's built by a group of investors, venture capitalists that really want to change the way these things are done. So they themselves would create a pocket of pictures that they would trust, and those are the ones that would be assigned. When I say randomly, it means that you wouldn't be able to choose which one assigns your pitch, but the organization behind, they would make sure that they have quality pictures. Is there a way that we can translate that into an app screen? That would be my question.
Any thoughts?
Well, is it, I mean, what if there is like wall of pictures? If they are chosen by the organization, they are known, they can be known. So what if we have also their profile there and they're just random? I don't know, or maybe it's, I don't
No,
know.
because then you have another bias again. If you let someone
Yeah.
choose their own picture, but I would definitely it's so I'm
No, no,
thinking of
no,
two
no,
things.
without the possibilities of
Oh,
choosing,
okay.
without the possibility of choosing. But
So I
still,
would
it's
definitely have an AI behind it. So there's a couple of things that you need to take into like if you don't have a finance background, for instance, how would you be able to pitch a financial idea? Well, for instance. I'm just giving an example. So, but there would be some sort of matching system behind who gets to pitch the idea.
Well, but if you are an experienced, I mean, if you're not subjected to questions and you're just like repeating a presentation who was built somehow, who builds the presentation? That's the first one.
The person, the entrepreneur.
The person. Okay. So if you have a presentation and I really liked somehow, I don't know, I'm not convinced about the fact, I would like the pitcher to have the opportunity to talk to the entrepreneur.
That comes later. That's the next
really
step. That's the next step. We're in the step
later.
before. That's the next
Okay.
step. We are just at the step
Okay.
before.
So I was just thinking about actors and some actors, how actors have a certain role and they audition for it, and sometimes it works and sometimes it just doesn't. And you hear all these stories about people, that movies that made it big and then this actor didn't take this part or whatever, blah blah. But sometimes people don't work in a certain role. And I don't know if that translates into an algorithm or does it translate into pitching, and I don't know. But that's just the
But
thought.
maybe we are.
Popped up.
Sorry. Maybe we are already like 20 steps too far away. What I would like,
Maybe
so
you're right.
I would like to come back to Thomas' idea to say pitching is a show, and it's about the show, and maybe the show element is more important. But for the pitch, it's maybe more important than actually knowing about finance or knowing about something. And as the pitcher, as an experienced pitcher, is later working together with the entrepreneur to create the pitch, I think we don't need that.
In this screen, I think we could put the picture description.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking the same.
So the next one, you talk to the picture. You were chosen. So that's my opinion.
Okay.
No, I understand what you said as well, and I agree. That's exactly why I thought of actors, because it's a performance as well.
Exactly.
Pitch is a performance.
So just in this screen, just the picture, the data from your picture.
So there is an assignment made by, and then is and randomly, and then there is like your picture, information, information, and maybe contact opportunities as well, because they meet contacts. I'll just put it in
later.
The next step is she works with the pitcher to get her story across. So I would assume that, hey, this is your pitcher, you can contact this person here. That was the thought.
Yeah, that's the outcome of that page. Yeah, so you randomly assign.
Exactly. Can you make this noise again?
It was perfect. It was exactly the kind of game I was thinking of.
Cutting
it would be fun if we added as a gaming element.
Yeah.
Visual.
With your sound made.
Sure.
We will record it.
Can go on to screen number 5.
And it would be, it's actually, it's going to be, I'm just thinking ahead of when we're testing. This is actually interesting to see what the feedback will be of this.
Don't think ahead. Just stay with screen number 5 and in the moment right now.
Yeah. So we can, that's exactly my point. Like we can see what happens. Put it there and see what we get back.
Okay. Screen number 5. She works with the pitcher to get her story across. Would there be a place in the app or in the web app where they both work together, or would that be an
maybe they can have a sort of a joint drive, since you have the contact and directory. Maybe screen 5 can be connect with picture, share files.
Yeah, they could also have a virtual board on some mural or Miro.
I'm
I
just
like the idea of Gia about a repository, a place where you can put things and
Would
shared
you
files drive.
would you want people to stay on the web platform so it's protected, so all the data, we were thinking about privacy a little bit as well, or do you want them to connect outside of the platform? We want them to be able to do that.
So I would think about inside the platform. That would
I
be
would
my.
agree, but yeah.
Anyone else has a different opinion on that?
Chat option.
Sorry?
Inside platform chat.
Yeah,
In
so there's
chat.
no
Mm-hmm.
so
Or
there's no
Zoom
sharing of
Zoom
personal
connectivity,
data.
video connectivity, and Zoom connectivity.
So I have put in shared files and drive, shared mural or whiteboard. Did I miss?
Communication,
Sorry?
communication, more about chats and discussion.
Mm-hmm.
If they go outside for chat and discussion, then
Mm-hmm.
so everything is inside this.
Yes. Okay. Are we good with screen number 5? Then let's go for screen number 6. Final pitch is recorded and uploaded. Is it harsh to say that we need an upload button? An upload button. It is recorded. How about the recording?
Yeah, that's interesting.
So one argument could be, as we say, that the platform nobias.org itself would have professional pictures. They would have a professional equipment to record.
Yeah, I agree. And especially within no bias, even the background should be the same.
Show a
Everything should be, yes.
formalized studio view.
No, sorry. Why, Gia? You wanted to say something?
Yes.
A formula template, background template that everyone would have the same.
Exactly.
Sorry, what about the presentation, like the slideshow? Usually when you're pitching a startup idea, you will have a presentation that it's a slideshow.
Yes, but there's like a master slide template that everyone has to use.
I
When
don't know
they-
if I agree on that. I
Why?
mean, I think because I think it's part of the show, the differentiation given by, and Sachin is nodding, the designer is nodding.
I have basic thing. There are two things. When idea is presenting to the investor, one thing is looking for the skills, right? It's very basic, right? So one is looking for the skill of the team. So if pitcher is involved in the first step, so are we solving that problem or are we adding a complication for the investor? That's after doing this, I have a question in my mind, because as we said, investor is looking for the team, not the pitcher. I don't know whether we are in right direction or not, or whether we, that's a question I have. I don't know, because the end of the day, investor is not looking for the idea, he's looking for the team. And after doing the pitching, he has some more question. Who is going to give that question and answer for that?
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
So maybe since they connected before with the picture, maybe in screen 6 they can really review video and upload. Then they have the submit button, and then on the screen 7 they have it's reviewed and a button like Q&A where the investors would write their questions and the entrepreneur would answer.
like a fire chat.
Yeah, that's
Sort of a fire chat, direct email.
I still think that there should be something differentiating the teams. I mean, we have to eliminate the gender in the picture, but we don't have to make all the presentation equal, because part of being skilled and the success of a startup depends also on the presentation skills that they will have in other occasions and situations. So I won't eliminate all the ways. I mean, I won't make everybody equal. I will eliminate the gender at the beginning. That's what I would do.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
Whatever you
I
think.
see your predicament here. I definitely see your predicament, and I agree. Like what Sashim is saying, what Elisa is saying. But if you claim to have a page that says no bias, then you could also take that way further and really make it about, okay, we're sharing business ideas without any bias at all, and then allow for like a formal Q&A. And at the moment that the entrepreneur or the investor says, I'm interested now, and I want to meet the team that is going to drive this, and so there's already a positive bias towards the idea as such and the proposal, and then you bring in the team.
Okay.
I
would like to cut this discussion here.
Okay.
I'm going to summon you. I have made 2 cards, standardized and individual, about the discussion that we have. Are we allowing individual presentation and backgrounds, or are we going to standardize those? And I would hold a quick voting session on that. Standardized versus in the...
When you are saying standardized, it's throughout the thing is same. So if I come or Alicia come or Pamela come,
it will look the same.
It will look the same. Exactly.
Like the European Europass, this resume that it has the same format.
Alex, turn off your camera or your.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
No bias.
No bias. So we all have voted. I'm going to end the voting session. Oh, it's a tie! That's going to be a funny night.
Yes.
Going to reshow.
I don't know. My concern is that it's like, do you know the resume, the Europass resume, that it's used in some organization? Okay. Yes. But in the private context, it's looked very, very badly because it kind of flattens people. And people are somehow finding ways to avoid to use that kind of resume. And it's, I mean, at least this is what happens in Italy. I have no idea what happens in other countries, but I don't want this to be like, it has to be a place where you can get opportunities, not lose them. So we have to be sure that that's the direction in which we are going.
It's interesting. It is. So we don't know if this is going to actually solve the problem, but that's the whole thing that we're going to be testing out, because we want to see data, and we're going to have data at the end if they're going to be interested. We're going to get feedback on this.
Okay,
so see where the pain points are.
We can also try with the standardized one if you want to try it. I'm up to trying it.
We test the standardized one, but the discussion has not ended.
Yeah, that's okay for me.
Okay. Do we need anything else for the final pitch? It's recorded and uploaded. We need an upload button. Everything is standardized. I imagine an easy screen and some access there. Is there anything else that we need, or can we move on to the next one?
Maybe we could add just a little box saying, get notified when investor has feedback for your pitch.
That
just like a little blank box to. No, on screen 6. Or screen 7, okay. I was just saying, like on screen 6, after you click upload, have like just a little square where you click, and then it allows you to be notified when, and then it says, get notified as soon as the investors look at download your pitch.
But isn't that like something that you will want always?
By default.
Yeah, by default.
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
think
why?
by GDPR, I think by GDPR, you still should say accept and all that,
Okay.
all that thing.
Because like we said that we don't make like an account. So if you don't have an account and you just submit your idea,
Yeah,
sorry, you're on mute.
You're
they
mute.
Gisela.
still have a QR identification code, so they can still be notified.
Hmm?
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyone, any other thought around that?
Well, I'm hearing two things that are interesting. That GDPR is one that we have to take into consideration all throughout the whole thing at some point.
Yes, I
Tell me
would. I would
about it.
postpone that because we're going for a
Exactly.
prototype.
Exactly. So that is, but it's definitely something to mark somewhere. And then, what data would you want to have after you upload it?
No,
What,
it's
what,
about
what,
notification. It's about when an investor has downloaded or has
yeah, but is it
interest.
just a notification, or do you want to get informed on how many views it had, or how many times this has happened, or
This would be then the screen that we have from Thomas Pitt's stats,
stats,
views, and so on.
Mm-mm.
and how would you be notified because it's anonymous, or would there be some sort of statistic board that you can access with your QR code? Going blue sky now, but
Well, let's make it easy. Let's say there's a QR code and you can get notified if you want to, just for the sake of moving forward. No?
Okay.
so nowhere in this, just to get it right, nowhere in this entire process have we ever asked them for an email address. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, we can. I mean,
That would be then there the case. Or they either can go with the QR code, or they can say they get notified, or they can have both. Anyone else? Then I write QR code and or getting notified.
So that means leave your email address.
That would leave your email address. I can put it in, yes. Or some kind of contact information.
which you are still giving to your pitcher, though.
Yes.
Okay.
What? Giving to the pitcher?
Yes, you have to. So we connect those two. No, actually, we have a platform.
Like oh no. Okay. Okay. So you're not giving
files and so on. You don't have to this. You don't have to do that. So
yeah, but you know, like the name and the identity. I mean, you will have name and
you have
identity
to talk
of the,
somehow.
Yeah. Yes.
Review by an investor. Review by investor.
But from the perspective of the entrepreneur. So that would be when they hit the QR code or the notifications that they get.
Mm-hmm.
So exactly. So they would see a screen that something is reviewed and that they have a feedback maybe. Thomas?
The name of the investors and one sentence which resumes the review.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Really need a special screen for that? Could it somehow be included in the previous screen?
Well, this is what comes after the QR code, I would say.
Yes.
So that feels like a separate screen to me, right? So you click on the QR code and then you go somewhere else.
Well, it could be an enhanced version of the screen before, because you upload it and then you uploaded it and then all the things appear about the investors. Hey, they have reviewed it. It's this investor. Here's a resume of the review.
I'm not sure I would give the name of the investor though. If it's going to be anonymous.
So that there's a resume of the review. I think that's clear. That
Yeah.
some kind of indication. That's clear. I like the idea of the name of the investor, because the non-bias.org idea, and as well gender equality, is something where we want to empower the female entrepreneur, and it's not about hiding the investor. That's would be my 2 cents.
Sorry, is it resume of the, you mean the investor, right?
So this
Okay.
screen is
Review.
the review of the investor is now seen by the entrepreneur. And the
Okay.
entrepreneur sees a resume of the review, a summary of the review. Let's call it like that.
Maybe
Oh,
we
okay,
could
okay,
add,
okay. Sorry, I didn't get the word. I didn't understand. Sorry.
maybe we could add a messaging function, and he receives the feedback through in-app message,
Hmm.
in-app email.
Wasn't there the idea of the fire chat button that they can?
Yeah, also, but a full feedback, more detailed. Maybe
Mhm.
they could get it through an in-app email,
Mhm.
or a more detailed message, because the entrepreneur would hope that the investor panel would give a detailed feedback about what they thought of the idea, what funding they get. So maybe fire chat wouldn't be enough. So maybe an email
Mhm.
box in the app. And the way they are connected is really by the QR code that gives a number. So the messages are sent between numbers. So they still don't know the gender. They don't know it. They just,
Mhm. I think the next screen is about getting feedback, no, yes, on your proposal, on your business proposal.
yeah.
So this in-app thing, in-app message with the detailed review would be that would, from my perspective, be on the last action step, but it would be important, obviously, before that they have this fire chat button where the investors can shoot their messages and the entrepreneur answers in a.
What I'm saying is maybe we don't need a seventh screen. Maybe we solved it by just adding the in-app email function.
Thomas, you were nodding. What can you add?
I think it's the same. I didn't understand why there are two review and getting feedback. Review isn't review getting feedback.
Well,
I
if we just purely look at this flow from an entrepreneur view, I tend to agree with you, because like the review is done by the investor, but what you see in the end is, okay, someone is reviewing it, oh, someone has reviewed it, and that is the feedback. That compresses. Other thoughts?
Yeah. So yeah, the Q&A thing is in between, or fireside chat, or however we want to call it. What is exactly for the feedback? Getting a no or a yes on your business proposal. So getting a yes is not necessarily I'm going to invest in you, but I want to take this forward.
Yes.
So I want to meet the actual team and I want to talk further. La 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 la.
But the
Doing it,
first impression is already made without bias.
now I understood. Um,
yeah. So oh, you upload. Okay, I'm going back to screen 6. So you upload it. So there's an upload button. Okay, you click upload, and then usually you get a thank you for your upload. It's gonna now go under review. Um, if you want to receive notifications in your inbox, please write your email here. If not, here's a QR code, and then we need screen 7 as what happens when you open the QR code. That to me is what's going to be what is screen 7 is about. What do I see as an entrepreneur when I click the QR code to see what's going on? So the summary of the review is one, and then the fire chat button or the like you said, the in-screen chat or the
in
Q&A,
in-app messaging
in-app
from.
message. So then it becomes like a dating thing actually. So you would have a, I'm not sure, not maybe no pictures, but just or whatever. Like this investor has reviewed. Um,
A
maybe put
progress
colors,
bar.
maybe put some
A, a progress bar or progress message reviewed. Yeah, is in review.
Progress bar is excellent idea also. But I think we could put an email, in-app mail messaging from the beginning. And then on top, we always have, from the moment that they submit, we add on the screen progress bar. That's awesome.
It's a status.
Pardon,
what did you
Sachin?
say, Shashi?
It's a status of application. Reviewed, under reviewed, or rejected, accepted. That's the status of that particular. It's not progress. So finally we have a status, but from the starting, we can make a progress bar from screen probably.
So it's a status, and that reflects the
From the third step till sixth, seventh step, we can make the progress bar. But in the seventh step, individual, for individual pitch, we have the status.
Okay, then I like that actually. Like the status we have here, and then we would have the progress bar about the last one.
Progress bar is the wholesome from step 3 to step 7, I think. So one, so
I think
first,
so. Go ahead, sorry.
so progress bar is more about bazooka. Step 1 is about submitting the process. Second step is more about random assigning the picture. Third one is contacting to your picture. Fourth one is more about the standardized pitching uploaded. Fifth one is under review kind of, or review by investor or invitor. I think that the whole sum is a progress bar.
Okay.
That's
I'm
my
not
way
sure.
of thinking.
I'm not really sure. What is the progress bar? What progress does it show?
It shows the pro. So you have submitted your thing, and it says submitted. That would be in my world the first part, and then some investor picked it. So the next step would be picked. So
Like
then
under review?
under
Can it
review,
be under
exactly.
review?
Exactly.
Something
And then it's so picked is someone says it's interesting. Then the next one could be under review. He starts reviewing it and looking at it, and then the next one would be reviewed, which means there's a result that you then can see. Like, and there's different things. The investor wants to have a fire chat with you. He thinks the idea is good. He gives you a no. He gives you a yes.
Wait, I'm just drawing in this pitch statistics kind of thing.
Hmm.
Maybe it's a different variation, but it is we're
It's
going to give them
going
some sort of pitch statistics.
yes. And if the and at this very end of this pitch statistic, there would stand a yes or no. So I would bring up again the question that we had: Do we need? Can we blend screen 7 and the last action together, or is the last action step then something that we should lay out as well?
you will get the new music from Pam that says no 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 if you didn't pass and something like confetti if they took it. I don't know, I'm kidding. But I
I
think
think
it
it's
might
an individual thing. So yeah, so if from the platform view, you could blend the screens because then the screen would give you the statistics, and then if an investor has additional questions, they would have like a separate thing happening.
The
So there
fire
would be
chat.
like a little, there would be like a little thing with like this. Let's say Alex and Elisa, you're both investors. So you would have a pop-up coming, Alex, and then he would put like write some stuff in their questions, and then Elisa would have a separate one there, and then there, so they would be having a conversation with the actual entrepreneur. But if an investor doesn't have any questions, and he just says, okay, I reviewed it, and I'm saying no, and that can just show up in the statistics. I don't really
Yes.
want to know who rejected my proposal, right? So, and my personal, my feeling is that as a business, if we're going to see this as we are the business owners, we build the platform. I think we should not allow for investors to accept a pitch without asking additional questions. So there should be some sort of contact, because otherwise they're going to bypass the whole purpose of like, yeah, it sounds cool, I just want to meet the team now.
But we don't. Yeah.
Feeling.
So, but yeah, so that's good, very valid points, but that is from the view of the investors. And we are just now purely looking at from the view of the entrepreneurs, what they will see in the screen.
Yeah. So it should not be possible, but that's what I'm saying. From the view of the entrepreneur, it should not, you either have no, rejected. So in the statistics, you get rejected. Maybe we don't want to put it in there. If I don't, maybe someone doesn't want to see it's rejected 200 times.
Yeah, I won't put it. I would just put it when they are interested and they do more questions, and if they...
Exactly. And then from the perspective of the entrepreneur, it would be weird if you have in the statistics, you just get random, like, yeah, I want to know more, but I want to go off the platform.
Thomas.
That's interesting. It's a follow-up what you say. It's something, suggestion to go further. Or if in negative cases, or how you can improve your pitch. Don't know.
Yeah,
there would be, even if investors say no, they have the possibility to give a summary of the review.
Yeah, statistics and resources. I don't know.
Okay.
Personally, I would blend the two. I will not blend the two if we have somehow, because usually you have a pitching event in which you get yes or no. But if we are on a platform and we don't have a pitching event, you don't need to tell people no. We can just say the yes when it happens, and so you can see like from the progress bar that it will stay still if nothing is happening. So I don't think that we need an interface in which there is a final answer. Because we are only interested in communicating the positive, the acceptance. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying.
Well, they also need to know if they were rejected and have a feedback.
I would agree. I would agree with that. So for an entrepreneur, of course, you're passionate, but if your idea gets 200 times rejected, it might be not an idea, and that might be a valuable information that you do not find an investor because you have to work on your idea again.
Okay.
So it can't be just about the positive.
No. Yeah, I thought about a feedback before when they were asking. No, but it's okay. Motivating the choices, I think it's important. So we can have a last step in which you receive the final decision from that investor with the feedback, written feedback.
Which would then be the summary of the review.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one is a page in which you have statistics that are general, like how many people saw it. I don't know, maybe it's like generic. And then you have somehow a button or something, and you can access the review once it's submitted by the investor.
Exactly.
And there you will find your feedback. So it will be another page, or not. You were thinking.
It doesn't have to be, I think. You have a summary of the review and you have the chats in one page. I think the last action step, that's the interesting, I think that's what Thomas was kind of also getting at, was the last action step is how do you, so the no can be on screen 7, I think. If the review is like, it's blah, 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 I have some feedback for you, but no, I'm not interested, and it's done. But what if they say yes? Then what happens? That for me is possibly the last action step, but I don't know if that's a separate screen or what we should do with that.
So my intention would be that it is, you have then a yes, you click on the yes, and then the investor gets connected to the entrepreneur. So the gender and everything is revealed, and they take it to the next level, or not.
Or at least the contact details or
Yeah.
something.
Yes.
Again, contact details or the in-app email.
I think at that point they need to
Beyond.
start um, to go together beyond the platform.
Yeah, yeah. But
I
that would be
agree.
the way that the investor would tell them, I want to go beyond the platform.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because by saying yes in screen 7, the investor is indicating, I want to meet you. And then it's up to the entrepreneur. Let's say they get 50 yeses to read through the
Yeah, yeah,
and pick one or
that's
two,
a good
or
point. Yeah.
click yes on one or two of them and get in touch with them and see.
Mm-mm-mm. Yes.
I have put in for the last action step, let us meet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good cue to
Perfect. It's
think from
perfect.
there.
Thomas?
It's perfect.
Wonderful. We have now laid out our flow, and first of all, I would like to give us all a
Confetti.
celebration. Yeah, we did it, and it was not an easy one. What we now have to do is indicate which team members will work on particular screens. The designer roles in the group would plan a prototyping schedule between now and Thursday. So first of all, get the first step, indicate which team members will work on a particular screen.
How many designers do we have, or and
We
what
have,
do we want?
so I think the designer part is where we are lacking in this. Sashin, you are have some designer skills and are very good, but I think we cannot give the whole burden to Sashin. We have to find a workaround somehow on that. Um, so we just have 5 minutes, so that's why I'm trying to speed up a little bit. Um, maybe everyone can just look at the screens for a minute and can put in her or his name into it if they say, "Hey, I want to work on that screen."
I can work with Sashin on screen 3. I mean, I'm not a designer, but we can work together on that one. Step 3.
So I would put in Giselle. Huh? Sashin, that's okay for you?
Can you define better what do you mean by working on it,
Working on this.
please, Alex?
Mhm. That's a good one. So I think we need to flip to tomorrow's thing, um, where walk through an early bird of the team's prototype. So we do have these different screens here, and the way I understand this, paste screenshots from the current prototype built into the space below. A team member walked through the prototype to explain. So my suggestion would be that um, one or two is taking one screen and tries to put in the, the screen here. It does not need to be designed. It can be post-its. It can be like drawings and so on, so that we have laid it out a little bit more and given the screens a little bit more thought. So then we would walk through. Is that okay? Is that fine? We're going through lightning demos then. So we're looking for even more inspiration, and we would collect assets. And that would then be the point where Sashin and whoever else will get has design skills take it over and would do start a prototype. That
So this
I
is more
Okay.
think.
wireframing.
Yes.
Second
Yeah.
question. How can we work together? Should we meet outside of the, I mean,
Yes, so that would be like, so either there is like one person for a screen, then that person is not going to work with anyone. Of course, the person can ask someone to come in,
sure, sure.
but if two persons working together, then they would just meet for 20 minutes, half an hour. I wouldn't put too much time in.
Okay.
So can we do one thing?
Hmm?
So individual can take a screen. I will to try to get it minimum kind of wireframe for that. At least you give me the context. I will just create randomly or very in a very rigid way create all the wireframe instead of me putting thought on that particular page. Probably whatever I did it today, it's a kind of frame, and we have written in my prototype, right? Something like that, and I get the content with them. I can do it very easily. That
Gisela?
we can see.
Good.
Yeah,
So
I was going
I
to
need
go.
the whole content should be there in a written form. So I just copy and paste and create a framework. You have the thought process regarding that. I will create a framework for that.
Yeah. So what I was going to suggest is that we each choose a screen, like you were both saying, and we each just do like a draft of what we imagine it to look like on PowerPoint or on Balsamic, whatever, or we draw it by hand, and then we give it to Sachin, and Sachin can put it in Figma, and then we can go through it.
Okay.
Thomas, you had
Also,
wanted to say
Okay,
something?
I agree.
Okay.
just
Can we? Oh, sorry, I was
when
moving.
we need to do tomorrow, right? Tomorrow before the call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But guys, I really have to have a hard cut now.
You have steps 3, Gisela.
Yeah, I wrote my name on it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah, mine is practically made already.
Can
That's
we
it.
start at 7 for with me? 7:15. Sorry.
Is that
No,
earlier
no.
or later than today, Sachin? Just time
That's
wise?
30 minutes later than today, right?
No, but do we
30.
start at 5 tomorrow or 4:30?
That's what we're
That's clear.
discussing right now, and we will put it in the Slack, Gisela, if you have to go.
Okay, okay. I have to
Thank
go
you.
then.
Thank
We-
you.
we'll
Good
fo-
luck with
Bye.
your
It
notes.
will be through WhatsApp and Slack.
Bye.
We will inform everyone
Okay.
when we
Bye.
start. Thanks, Gisela.
Guys, sorry, we are 5 people. If Sachin is not working with us, we are 5 people, and there are 8
Drinks.
stuff. So we don't have to choose just one. We have to choose at least like one and something.
Yes.
Okay. But
I'm
Sachin is
going.
only focusing on the wireframe and not on one of the steps as well.
I
Sachin?
also need to leave. So I also need to leave for the other call. So
Okay.
I am working for the prototype, majorly on the prototype, right? On the
Yes,
content
and
side.
the people.
On the wireframe side,
Yes. Yes, that's
people give me
right.
the wireframe, and then I will do it in 1 hour tomorrow. So
Mhm.
so my last meeting is at for IST is 7 o'clock. So from today's 15 minutes earlier I can start.
Okay.
From today's time, 15 minutes earlier I can start. Within 1 hour I can freeze if the content is ready with us. I will do ASAP. I will just draw the
Okay.
random
Yeah,
thing
that's
so
fine.
that at least in a visual form we can see all the screens in the same way.
Okay.
Okay. So then we
Okay.
start tomorrow at the scheduled time.
So it will be 5
For Europeans, yes.
for Europeans. Yes, sorry.
For me it's 7:30 before that. So probably I can start with 4 European time.
No, we
Oh.
start at 5 European time. That gives you a little bit more time to do the work.
Okay. So if we have to get all of our information to you before an
4.
hour before we all start. Yes,
Exactly.
an hour before our normal call starts, and then Sachin has an hour to put it all together. Is that
Mhm.
going to be enough time for you, Sachin?
Yeah, one more thing is if somebody who is owning that screen can be with me so that we can do ASAP. So there is no conflict in that. So I just have to map it, whatever you have thought, in the visual form. That's it. That will be great. So you can map 15, 15, 20, 20 minutes for you. First screen will create it and then we'll start again for that. Does it make sense to you guys?
I don't understand, to be honest.
Not
Using
entirely.
PowerPoint, I will use PowerPoint.
So if somebody who is owning that particular screen can be with me, I can create. So let me show you, or I have the parallel meeting
Well, I
with
didn't
me.
understand, but I can be with you.
So okay, so how do we manage that?
Oh yeah.
So that's
Let's
understood.
start.
an hour before our meeting. We all need to be on call
Yeah, on call, on
to
call.
pair up with Sachin
Yeah,
when he's
yeah,
working
yeah,
on
Okay.
yeah,
your
Okay.
screen.
So we
yeah,
start our call at 4 p.m. and prepare all and have everything prepared until then, and then at 5 we start our meeting and we prepare everything together from 4 to 5. Does that
yeah,
make sense?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. That makes sense. If we
Okay.
start the poll at 4, and then if it's not your time, you can just go off and do other things.
Okay, wonderful. Sachin, we got it.
I just put my name into random.
Yes, we come to that in a second.
Place.
Sorry, we have to go a little bit longer. Sachin, bye.
But
That leaves the four of us.
Ciao, Sash.
So that leaves the
Okay.
four of us having different screens. So I'm going to do the first one. Elisa assigned to the second one, and Gisela assigned to the third one. Pamela already
I
assigned
will
to the
decide.
sixth. Yes.
6.
Pam, don't you want to do the noise?
Thomas is the
In
last
the-
one. Elisa is in the middle.
I probably have to do that one anyway.
Yeah, I think.
But then now I have 2, and I don't have the time for it tomorrow. To do both.
Okay.
Let me see.
Ah.
Well, I could. It's okay.
We
I'll
will
figure it
try.
out. I'll figure it out. Never mind. Just leave me in that one as well. It's fine.
Okay.
And so, Thomas, if you want, you can take the last one too.
Okay.
Oops.
Yeah, I would do that. Why is this not?
Can we work by hand, or we should have power?
Work the way you feel most comfortable. We're coming together at 4 and submit in there everything, and then we can see how we can do it into a Figma thing. And maybe we need longer. Then that's fine too.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay, because then I would say, first of all, thank you very much. I would like to debrief just very quickly with Pam and Elisa. Thomas, you are released. Thank you very much for your contribution.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See you
I need a really quick.
tomorrow.
Yes.
See you tomorrow. I need a really quick bathroom break, Alex.
Okay,
Yes,
guys.
let's-
I have just a little of time. I have to make a call.
Okay, let's make a
1 minute. 2
Okay,
minutes.
then
yeah.
give me
Go,
1
go.
minute and then we go. I'm going to stop the YouTube live stream now.
Bye, you two.